Welcome to Accordin to Jorden.
All right. Good evening. I'm Jorden Matthias, and tonight I have special guest with me, Brian John Harwood. Along with him, we have Jamie Taylor. Right on, boys. It's good to have you on the show. We appreciate you coming out. This is good stuff. Okay, so just real quick, I'd like to plug out the charity of the week for Barry's Live Music Show. At the top of the page, you'll see we are running charity for the Barrie Food Bank this week. I guess it ends this weekend, so anything could help. Is that the food I just heard there? Okay, it's coming back.
Food. It was a food burp.
Okay. I think we're still about $150 away from our goal, so any donations would be greatly appreciated, as well as the Barry's Live merchandise, all the profits from the hats, hoodies, t-shirts, tanks, whatever, they all go right directly to the charities. So anything you can do to help out, we greatly appreciate it. All right. So this is a special evening. I went to high school with this guy, and small world, right? And then we got Brian here of Kansas Stone, but I just want to talk a little bit about the solo stuff right off the bat, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on outside of Kansas Stone?
Well, I guess it all happened with quarantine, man. Like when everything started hitting, you know, I had nothing to do but sit there and write music, right? We had a lot of free time, and you put a musician, you know, for a couple months in a room with a guitar, there's going to be a lot of songs. Well, for me anyway, I love to songwrite. So that's how it all started. And just to let everybody know, Kansas Stone is great, and like there's new music coming for them. But I just wrote all this music that I loved, and that was just a different style, and just kind of, you know, more radio friendly, more me, more personal. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna put it out there.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So, and then what brings Jamie into the picture here?
Well, he's the drummer for Kansas Stone, and which is, you know, I've known him for about 20 years. You know, like I remember I had a metal band, and I was opening up for his band Flood, and when I was 16, you know, so like,
That's great.
but we've always known each other, and then you know, all our years playing with Kansas Stone and traveling on the road and stuff, and he's heard a lot of my solo songs, and he loves them. And just like the bass player AJ, he's from Kansas Stone, but plays with my solo stuff as well. So
It's awesome.
yeah.
So, you're already experiencing some success with like the newer stuff. What do you got? You got Growing Old, and then this one, Together We Strong.
Yes.
Can you
Well,
tell me
Together
a
We're
little bit
Strong. Together We're Strong. That's what kind of kicked things off in quarantine. I was just like, you know what? Soon as quarantine hit, it was end of March, and I'm just like, I called my good buddy up, Dustin Bird, and me and him. He's my producer for my solo stuff, and I said, I have an idea. I'm gonna let's write a song, donate everything to Unison Fund, and Unison Fund is a foundation that, you know, for musicians out of work, because a lot of our friends do the bar thing, and they're playing.
Yeah.
That's how they put food on the table, right?
Exactly.
So I was just like, because I have other work and everything else, so I had still had, you know, serve or help put food on the table, pay bills. But some of those guys don't, so Unison Fund was big. So I was just like, let's write a song. All proceeds go to Unison Fund. And I'm like, I'll get some friends on it. And so we ended up writing the song, Together We're Strong. I ended up releasing it as Kansas Stone Song. But I called all good buddies, like Roadhammers, Jason McCoy, like Tom Cochran's in the video. Like, I think there's 25 artists on it. But it just snowballed. And right across the country, just did amazing things and raised lots of money for a good cause. And you know, I just by chance we got the Snowbirds heard it, and when they're doing a cross Canada thing, and they asked if they could be part of it, and I said for sure. And they sent us videos to go in the music video of them bopping their heads around, and unfortunately 2 days before we released the song, Jennifer Casey, the one that was in the video and sending it, she died in the plane crash.
Right.
So we made the song end up being a tribute to her, and her family and the military called me and asked if we could use it at their funeral and stuff. And you know, it it means so much, and it's great when something like that happens. It's such a tragedy, but if bring a little bit of light to a bad situation is great.
So, okay, well, would you like to play that particular song for us, or is it a little too emotional?
Well,
or maybe later on.
maybe later on.
Okay, so well, why don't you just bring it up, whatever you want to do.
I'll play you. We could play that one, but I'll save that one just in case.
Yeah.
We were talking about the solo songs. I'll play the first solo song that I put out, "Growing Old."
Okay.
We'll try that. You want to try that?
Yep.
When you're young, you're wild and pretty, not a care or responsibility. Life hits you faster than you know it. The bills add up and you're working all damn week. Yeah, the bills keep adding up. Well, that's what happens growing old. You watch the time fly by and you wonder where it goes. You can run and hide, but you will find the minutes keep rolling and the days pass by. We live this life until it's time to go. That's what happens growing old. If you're lucky, you just might meet someone, fall in love, get married, and have some kids. Then one day your eyes will open, your kids are having kids now they're wrong. Yeah, I guess I should have known. That's what happens growing old. You watch the time fly by and you wonder where it goes. You can run and hide, but you will find the minutes keep rolling and the days pass by. We live this life until it's time to go. That's what happens growing old. That's what happens growing old. You watch the time fly by and you wonder where it goes. You can run and hide, but you will find the minutes keep rolling and the days pass by. We live this life until it's time to go. That's what happens growing old. That's what happens growing old. That's what happens growing old. That's what happens growing old.
All right. Right on, man. Thanks so much. So
No
yeah,
worries.
you mentioned when the pandemic kind of shut everything down, it took work away from all of us.
Oh, yeah.
I know Jake and I, our band, The Straits, we were booked for like at least a year in advance, and everything was just canceled. So that's what happened. Like you said, you ended up in your room with a guitar. What else are you gonna do, right?
Exactly.
I think musicians, maybe a lot of people found themselves more so there because that's all they could actually get to what they love doing.
Yeah, I
So
hope
that
so.
9 to 5
Yeah.
crap, right?
I hope so, man. Because like I used it, you know, I'm a very positive guy though. Like I find the bright side of everything. But I used it to not only write songs. I built a home studio where I could start doing demos myself. I learned video editing and then Photoshop. I took it as like every morning I'd still wake up and take online classes on like photo editing and video editing and record. So. I made the most of it. That's
just
for
keep
sure.
busy and yeah, exactly. Well, how about you, Jamie? What have you been doing for the last 6-7 months of lockdown?
It was lockdown with my wife and child, but I definitely go down to my basement a lot and shred some drums or some slide guitar. It's kind of what I do, so that's kind of what he has me for. But I mean, when you're a musician, like you guys been saying, that's what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
It is different too, because sometimes you have just so much time in a day and I've always been a guy that forced myself, so the odd thing was, like I said, you look at a bright side of things, it could be that he came up with a lot of stuff. There still was stuff that he and Jamie giving me phone calls, let's play, let's do this, that, whatever we could do to keep the ball rolling. And that's what he's really good at. You
gotta keep moving.
All the while keeping the circle small, right?
That's why, yeah.
Technology, like you guys,
exactly.
like this is amazing what you guys did, right? So, and it just keeps a community together at this point when, like you said, like just like your band and our band, we had the summer booked and like, I'm a traveler. I love traveling, and I was looking forward to traveling and playing all the state this summer, and but
like you had a tour like lined up for 2021.
Well 2020, like this summer that just passed and coming into this year, so we were a bit bummed out, but thank gosh, like everybody knows what's going on, so most of the shows are just pushed farther, and which is great, but it's things like this that bring the community together still, and kudos to you guys, you and your brother, for keeping it going, and keeping it like Barry and all the music.
It's been fun, man. Yeah. Like Jake's found people like all over North America. Guys from England have been playing on the show. Yeah. Like it's really cool. Like
speaking
the
community,
of which, right?
Speaking of which, Jake, your vocals are like I've been watching you play, like really good, man.
Oh yeah, he's a giant with the voice of an angel back there for sure.
We should do a song together one time.
Anytime, man. I'm down for that for sure.
Anytime, yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's talk about something. You said you're a positive guy. You got some great news not too long ago.
Yeah.
You became engaged.
I did.
So the great news is she said yes.
She did. Thank gosh. So
Oh, Jamie's not getting the sound effects.
So I wrote that song with the idea, like, I'm going to write this. I need a song so I can propose to her in the video. My thought process on that was, I want kids eventually. And it'd just be cool if down the road, when I'm not here or when I'm older, and my kids can watch this video and be like, that's actually how Dad proposed. You know what I mean? Like, it's captured in time now. So, cool. And I made sure it was a real reaction. And she is a little shy, so I had to tell her. I showed her a few different girls that are on my phone. I'm like, yeah, that's probably gonna play my love interest and everything else. And then, like, it was like 2 days before we wanted to shoot, and I said, they backed out on me. Like, what am I gonna do? And she's like, just being so nice. She's like, I'll do it. And I was like, perfect. So I just dragged it out, and for like 2.5 months, just a shoot here. One day we're riding Harleys. One day we're doing dirt bikes. One day we're, doing this. Just dragged it out, and then eventually took her to a waterfall in Hamilton, and we were standing in front of the waterfall, and I was holding her, and I didn't want her to really know, so like I said, I'm gonna slowly grab your hand and turn around, and slowly turn around with me, and we'll walk away. Let's practice it a couple times. So on the 6th time, when I pulled her around, I got down, so the camera captured her real reaction. So
in real time.
Yeah.
So no pressure, guys. Anyone out there considering asking your loved one to?
I've gotten so many messages. People are great, or like, oh, my husband, he asked me on the couch, or like, I wasn't trying to add like,
one up anyone.
Yeah, right? I just wanted to do something for her and myself. So.
Okay, well, this is a music show, so why don't you
Yeah.
light one up for us here and
Well,
tell us.
I'll play that song. Yeah.
Okay.
This is called "All That I Was Missing," and it's the proposal song. So if you haven't seen the video, go check it out.
Okay.
I was a mess, girl. You know I was a wreck. I was so lost before you. Now I confess, I was going nowhere fast. You brought the best from a side I didn't know I had. I was a man without a mission, taking all that was given. The good was never getting, 'cause I didn't have you. Didn't know that I was searching. Oh, I never knew that all that I was missing, all that I was missing was you. I'm missing was you. Yeah, you are the rock to my rolling stone. You are the spark that lights my way home. You are an angel so far out of my league. From every angle, I'm thankful you took a chance on me. I was a man without a mission, taking more than I was given. The good was never getting, 'cause I didn't have you. Didn't know that I was searching. Oh, I never knew that all that I was missing, all that I was missing was you. Missing was you. Yeah. Come on. Woo. You're more than the world to me. With you I know who I wanna be. Girl, you're my missing piece. As long as I've got you, I got everything. I was a man without a mission, taking more than I was given. The good was never getting, 'cause I didn't have you. Didn't know what I was searching. Oh, I never knew that all that I was missing, all that I was missing was you. Missing was you. All that I was missing, all that I was missing was you. Yeah.
Nice. Right on, boys. That's awesome.
That's great, guys.
You were saying earlier on here that you were in a metal band that would open for Flood.
Oh yeah, it's crazy how times change. Like we were open for Testament, open for I was and I still love all musics. Like with Kansas Stone, we'll do country covers of Pantera or Metallica or Guns N' Roses. Like music is music to me, man. I you'll catch on iTunes or something. I'll have everything from Michael Jackson to Aerosmith to you name it. There's two types of music: good music and bad music, and it's to the listener, right? So I'm down with anything.
So what was the transition into recording the more country rock?
Well, I was raised on country. Like when I look back at my childhood, I remember my parents taking me on road trips to Daytona Beach, and it was Randy Travis or Garth Brooks or Alabama and stuff.
Right,
and then I remember growing up as I got a little bit older, Bon Jovi's and Corey Hart's and stuff. And then got a little bit older, and it was Def Leppard's and Guns N' Roses and Metallica. I always
Van
loved
Halen.
Oh, Van Halen. That's kind of the theme of the guitar I got going on. So, rest in peace.
Yes, sir. Yes,
He's
sir.
he's a legend, and definitely music will live on.
Oh yeah.
So, but I love it all. I love it all. Like you said, Van Halen. If I had to pick one person to do a song with, it'd probably be Sammy Hagar. Like, you know what I mean? Even though I'm in the country genre, but
man, of course.
Oh man, Sammy is the man.
You'd be hung right over after that.
Yeah, but he's it just grew from, and I still like metal, and I still love country. I love rock. I love everything.
Yeah, if it makes your foot tap, it's in, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so it's pretty laid back here. I mean, we just sort of fly by the seat of our pants here. Why don't you tell us a little story about the piano in the water?
So So if anybody that knows me or follows Kansas Stone or my stuff, I just love music videos. I love everything to do with it. So for every song I try to do a music video. So that one's gonna be a song that comes out I think December. And no, it's not a Christmas song because my idea of Christmas would be me jumping on a plane and laying in white sand. So it's
this year.
no,
I'll go with
it's
you.
I'm with you.
it's a song I wrote for my dad, and I'm actually playing piano on the thing. So I thought it would be great to bring a piano around to a few different locations. But what I didn't think about is that the piano was like 850 pounds.
Okay.
So I ended up going.
So it wasn't hollowed out.
No, it was full piano, and I bought a dolly thing for it that was good for 700 pounds, but it buckled that thing as soon as we put it on it. But we put it out into middle of a cornfield. We brought it down, put it in a stream, and I said like it was hard. It was so hard to get it down there that we left it overnight, and and then I started seeing on Facebook that like people found it and they're like, oh, 2020, it's 2020 when you see a piano washed up short. But I was
Nothing
literally in the
surprising.
stream playing, so.
That's great.
Yeah, I saw it on my Facebook. I was gonna go down and play it.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, oh, it's down here by Big Point. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was in tune too.
Okay, so I just wanted to put a shout out
Not
to
anymore.
to the audience who's watching. Be sure to throw up some questions on here. I've got a cool question that I love to ask everybody who comes on the show. So be sure to post on here. In the meantime, Jake, why don't you tell us a little bit what's going on here?
This week we're raising money for the Barrie Food Bank on Barrie's Live Music Show. We're also collecting physical, non-perishable donations for the food bank as well. And you can bring in 20 pounds or more and get free fireworks at Proud West Fireworks in Stroud, 7975 Yonge Street, Unit 14.
While supplies last.
While supplies last. Or you can just bring in food, and I generally give you fireworks anyways because people are nice and I try to be nice too. This Friday we're doing a big push for the Innisfil Food Bank. We're switching over to them, and we will be doing a grand opening here where you can bring non-perishables as well for them and do cash donations on Barrie's Live Music Show.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's a great cause. Like, I mean, it is a pandemic. I know, for instance, my daughter just lost her job. She worked in the mall, and the store she worked at has gone bankrupt, along with many other ones. So the food bank's a big deal right now. If you can help,
I will.
I appreciate it.
I'll definitely drop something on Friday because, hey, this is my stomping grounds. I grew up in Stroud. I spent my whole life growing up down the street. So
Right on, man.
So this is my stomping ground. So yeah, and I feel the food bank is one of the best. So not everybody. A lot of people take for granted just as simple as a meal on the table at night, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's great.
It's a good cause. Okay, so
So I had a question. I was going to ask you what is your what's like the worst gig you've ever done? Your nightmare gig.
we'll call it the disaster gig.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I don't know if you guys know Barstool Sports. You guys know them, the American.
Yes. Yeah.
So them and Pink Whitney were throwing on a show.
That sounds like a great start to it.
So we showed up at this thing, and it's outside, and it was. This guy was lucky because this guy got a hernia and missed this show. But
So lucky.
it was
That was the best year of my life.
it was minus 38.
Oh shit.
Minus 38, and I swear, like, I was blocking it out, but I'd look over at the bass player or Maddie, and like their fingers are like blue, and like I was afraid that like my lips would stick to the microphone. I was just like, but that would probably be the worst, only because like we all have bad shows and stuff, but I hate the cold, so like that is definitely the worst
Okay,
for me.
worst gig. What's that?
Nothing.
Okay, no, it's like when they put on that thing at City Hall in Barrie, it's always cold. Like,
Yeah.
brutal down there.
Or it's
yeah.
raining.
Yeah.
Or it's raining, yeah.
Yeah.
Hit or miss. Either 40 below or pouring
The
rain.
guitars are just like every song. You
Yeah,
gotta tune them.
Tune it during the song,
Yeah.
if you're lucky. I've got a question here. Talk about Canada Day with the hip.
Oh yeah, we did. That was a while back. That was Beyond Haven.
Thanks, Nick.
That was my rock band before I started Kansas Stone. Beyond Haven. We have a few albums out there, 3 albums I think, and a bunch of music videos if you go on YouTube. And yeah, we opened for Tragically Hip at Burles Creek for Canada Day. And
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
oh yeah,
That's awesome.
I don't remember much of it. I remember drinking too much and slip and sliding with a whole bunch of fans, and I think we played. So it was good. Good times.
Technically,
So.
And okay, so what about most memorable then?
Most memorable?
gig or venue?
Probably CMT Fest. It was about 65,000 people, and we
That's
opened.
it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But we opened for Zach Brown and Eric Church and stuff. It was, it was one of those shows that when we walked up on stage for sound, like we were just like, it was bigger than anything.
yeah, this isn't an SL250.
No. We were actually, I was blown away.
Yeah.
And catwalk and everything, and like the wireless mic, and he's like, if that goes, you have a spare behind you, and if that one goes, there's another spare. But like it was most intense. It was my first.
If anything messes up, it's your fault.
Yeah. It was definitely Kansas Stone's first step into like the next step. You know, I was like playing with Brothers Osborne and all these guys that we looked up to from the States and from Nashville and stuff, and it's just like
Very cool.
you know, it was an awesome opportunity, and that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
For sure.
So.
Okay, why don't you play us another tune?
Yeah, I'll play. Since we're talking about the cold and stuff, I'm gonna play. This was a solo song I wrote in the summertime. It was for. I actually wrote it in one day, recorded it the next day, and then shot the video the following day because it was for a writing competition, and it was a summer song writing competition. And I'm just like, okay, let's make this kind of different. So I'm like, what's hotter than summer? And I go, okay, my girl, get some brownie points, right? So this one's called Hotter Than Summer. It goes like this. Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, hotter than summer, hotter than summer, yeah. Check it out. I'm talking flip-flops, tank tops, Ray-Ban knockoffs, a cooler full of coolers we don't need. Top shelf, rolling slow-mo, flow Joe, bumping on the radio. Ha! Ain't summer something else? The beer seems colder, days last longer. Moonshine better when I'm with my girl. Fire burns harder, arms get shorter. Sun shines hot, but not as hot as her. Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, hotter than summer, hotter than summer. The summertime ain't got anything on her but sunshine, taillights, and cool blue water. Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, cooler than a Yeti, rocks me like a Bible. She's copper tone ready, man, I love her. Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, yeah. She's in her two-piece, bare feet, sipping sex on the beach. This is her world and I'm just floating in it, rolling with it. I'm done in love, loving till the sun comes up. Too hot to tag y'all in it. Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, hotter than summer, hotter than summer. The summertime ain't got anything on her. Sunshine, tan lines, and cool blue water. Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, cooler than a Yeti, rocks me like a bottle. She's copper tone ready, man, I love her. Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, yeah. days last longer. Moonshine's bitter when I'm with my girl. If summertime ever thinks it's hotter, I say S-U-M-M-E, are you kidding me? Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, hotter than summer, hotter than summer. And summertime ain't got anything on her but sunshine tan like the cool blue water. Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, cooler than a Yeti, rocks me like a bomber. She's copper ready, man, I love her. Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, yeah. I said I'm so lucky, God, I love her. Yeah, my baby, she's hotter than summer, yeah.
Right on, boys. That sounds great. Good harmonies too. Thanks, Jamie. Okay, so with the rise of the pandemic came the rise of the live streaming. Have you been doing much of that stuff?
You know what? When it first started happening, I wanted to try something different. Everybody was doing a live stream. I've never done it before. I'm like, I'm gonna mess this up. So if I'm gonna mess this up, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it full board and mess it up. So what I did is I kind of threw a festival on, Kansas Stone and Friends, and I got like Aaron Pritchett and Roadhammers and Michelle Wright, huge national, like yeah, like these people, like these huge people that I looked up to coming up. Jason Blaine, I think we had 30 other guests, so it'd be like we played a song, then we get people on. You know, I didn't know that the Instagram live it cut you off after an hour, so like it was a 3-hour thing, and we just had to keep.
Yeah.
It was live learn, but it definitely pushed a lot of people to learn technology. You know what I mean? So, I don't think I did much of it afterwards. Like coming on some shows of some friends and stuff, I did that stuff. But as for myself, I kind of just locked myself in the studio and did a few with Dave Woods. He does like a country songwriting night, and Erin was on last night. And she does the Whiskey and Strings.
Yeah.
And I jumped on there, I think, a few times, and but yeah, just you got to roll with what's happening, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Just find that path and find your own way in it. How about you? You been doing any live streaming at all?
You know what? During that time, I was still injured, so it's not. My injury didn't. I couldn't sing. There were people that were involved in this, and like, Jamie, why aren't you on there? Because I'll sing and play a slide guitar usually, but I would have. I watched everybody else, and I was like, "You all go."
couldn't have picked a better time to get like Paul Harney.
Yeah, you know. Well, I dealt with it a lot longer before that, but you know what? When you do as much as I do, it happens. But it was strange not being part of that, just because. But I didn't feel like I was needed. You know, there was a lot of stuff going on. You want to be part, but
a
at the
reason
same
for
time,
everything, right?
Yeah,
You had to slow down for whatever reason.
That's it. Build myself back up. I suppose.
The universe was like, hey, you sit down for a minute.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask, when was the first time, maybe not the first time you heard your song played on the radio or something, but when was the first time you heard that big song played on the radio and you knew you kind of had something going on? We've all kind of had like that one song played on the radio for half an hour, but
yeah, I think
you had that one good one, because I know you've had a few good ones, you and the boys. And,
So I was kind of used to a little bit with Kansas Stone, but you know what hit me the most was when I did the solo stuff, because you know I was doing that most for fun and just to get music out. But when I released Hotter Than Summer, I think right away 18 radio stations added it. You know, Spotify put it on I think within a month and a half it went over 100,000 streams just on Spotify, and like to see people like the reaction they're getting, not only with the Kansas Stone stuff but some of the solo stuff. It's just, I think that hit me pretty hard, and you know, and the song I just released when Apple added it to their playlist, because it is big. It's big and like it's unexpected. I have no team or nothing, and it's just all of a sudden one day you check your Apple Music and it's added to like the three big playlists, and it's just, it hits you pretty hard. It's because you know that you're on the right path or doing something right anyway, you know, and you know, so I
Pretty
guess
special though.
Yeah.
Like just hit that 100,000.
that was amazing. That was huge for Kansas Stone. When we hit the million for the first time, we were signed under Universal. That's probably the biggest thing in my life. There is we were signed to Universal with Kansas Stone at the time, and we released a song called "Blazing Nothing," and it got shared all across the world and like on MTV Asia, MTV Brazil, like all over. And when we found out that it got like we broke the 1 million streams across the platforms and stuff, like, and have the thing hanging on my wall and stuff like that, you know, brought a tear to the eye and been like, you know, because coming up in music, you guys know, you have haters and you have people that, you know, even though you're trying to do your own thing, they, you know, in a small community, some people wish you well, some people don't.
They want to see you do all right, but not
yeah,
better than them.
yeah, and you know what, I that. And that's fine with me, you know. You gotta have thick skin if you want to be in this industry, and I have the thickest skin, so
That's why I eat a lot.
exactly. I learned that on quarantine.
I'm quite thick.
Yeah, but yeah, you gotta have thick skin in this, and there's gonna be haters, and there's gonna be people that aren't happy for your. So you gotta take the second to see where you were a few years ago. See where you are now, and give yourself a little pat on the back and be like, keep going, buddy.
You gotta be doing something right if you're getting 1 million streams, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about it on the boat there one day with Johnny. It was like, Nickelback, I think they're one of the most hated bands in the world, yet they're the most famous and richest.
Yeah,
Like, something's wrong here.
People hate successful stuff. I don't know why. It's like
Right.
Florida Georgia Line or Nickelback or Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? They're all talented. They all know how to work the industry and write for radio. Just people hate on them because
They're not doing it.
exactly. They're not. So, I love everything, and
Yeah, me too.
anybody. I look at different music. We're in the same boat.
My
So-
playlist has everybody you mentioned plus more.
Exactly.
Some NWA on there.
Yeah,
Let's go.
exactly. West Side Connection, huh?
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. We'll play some more tunes.
Yeah.
We'll plug some charities and just roll with
Yeah,
this thing.
I'll play you. I think I got 2 songs left. I'll play the one. This is gonna be my next single in December, so I'll give you a little sneak peek of it. This one's called Dad. I wrote it for my father. He's still alive.
Okay, I was gonna ask you.
No,
you
yeah,
mentioned
but-
it a couple times now.
Well, because the song, the ending, he kind of dies in the song at the ending, but but there's a reason for that. It's like
Sorry.
It's a metaphor.
well, he was having he was having surgery on his heart, and he was just not doing good at the time. And I sat down with him before he left to go to the hospital, and we had a talk. And as soon as he got in the car and drove away, I remember the words he told me, and I turned it into his. It was still the fastest song I ever wrote. I wrote it in probably like 20 minutes, and I remember posting it online this was probably 4 years ago, and just great reaction. I think so people loved it. So when I started recording my solo stuff, I'm just like, you know what, I like that song, and I kind of want to do something about it. So I recorded this one. This one's called Dad. It goes like this. I was 3 years old when he taught me to fish. Birds falls, I still remember it. When time goes by way too fast, it's moments like that you wish could last. I was 6 years old when he taught me to drive down an older road in a 4-wheel drive. I could barely see above the wheel, but man, I remember how it made me feel. I still need you, Dad, so don't leave me just yet. He said, son, you know the to go and you'll be on your own. Make sure you take care of your mom, just like I did for your grandpa. He said, Lord knows I raised you right, so find a girl to make your wife. Have some kids of your own. You'll see the happiness I've known. I've lived a good life. Don't be sad when I'm gone. I remember the day that he taught me to shoot, or when he put me in line when I was bulletproof. Time goes by way too fast. Moments like that you wish could last. His daddy taught him and he taught me that hard work can get you anything. All the lessons in life I learned from him, they made me the man I am. I still need you, dear, to meet your grandkids I haven't had just yet. He said, son, you know the time will come when I gotta go and you'll be on your own. Make sure you take care of your mom, just like I did for your grandpa. He said, Lord knows I raised you right, so find a girl to make your wife. Have some kids of your own. You'll see the happiness I've known. I've lived a good life. Don't be sad when I'm gone. I'll always remember his face, the smell of his aftershave, his gold eagle chain. I'll remember him saying, son, you know the time has come. I had to go, but you're not alone. No matter what it is you do, I'll always be proud of you. So live a good life. He said, live a good life. Dad, I'm proud to be your son. Whoa.
Right on, man. Good job.
Yeah, good time.
Your dad must love that.
Yeah, actually, so like I said before,
Sorry.
he said, oh, thanks, bro. He said that I made it seem like he didn't come for, like at the end of the song, it's him, talking. So that way in the future, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'll always remember his words. But in the music video, I didn't want to make it seem like he was gone. So there's appearance by him, and he comes.
Oh,
and
cool.
so it's really cool. I try to have him in a lot of my videos. He was in the Blazing Nothing music video, playing the creepy neighbor.
He was a star.
Oh, yeah.
And in Growing Old. Growing Old was a fun video to do because, I got my cousin's son to play the baby, and through the video I get older, and then it gets a little bit older, then goes into me, then grows into my brother with the big long beard, then turns into my dad at the end. So it was cool to have a family in there, and
That's awesome.
look back and
Yeah,
see that. So
Very cool.
yeah.
Okay, so Glenn popped a question up there. I'll run it like this. So you said you grew up here in Stroud.
Yeah.
So this little Brian kid running around Stroud.
Yeah.
What gets you into playing tunes?
Ah, man, like
Living in Stroud.
oh yeah, St. Rude. St. Rude. A Stroud boy. I don't know. I was like any kid, get in trouble, have the cops knock on the door every once in a while, but
There, let's just tuck that in your back pocket.
oh, there you go.
We're having technical difficulties here. And,
But I think it was just I was a shy kid. I mean, like I was really shy until like if you see the scar on my hand here, I couldn't sing. I picked up the guitar. I just found one sitting in my house there when I was about 11. Never had a lesson. Still have never had a guitar lesson or a vocal lesson, as you can tell. Like I'm not a huge fan of my voice, but I just love songwriting and stuff. But I was just shy, and I mean like I couldn't play in front of anybody. I think I was 22 when I got my hand caught in a steel mill, and almost lost my hand. And like I mean, before that, I couldn't even play in front of my parents. I was so shy. You know, I couldn't talk to girls. I was so shy. I was like, I was just like really shy. So I just a lot of time sitting in the room learning, you know, Def Leppard songs or Silverchair songs or,
there you go.
you know what I mean,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So
From Def Leppard to Silverchair.
oh yeah, everything from Nirvana to Metallica to anything I could, you know, just back then we didn't have the internet, so I was buying those tab books.
Yes.
Yeah,
Guitar World.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Milk crates full of
Oh,
those.
we still have them.
yeah.
Hey? Yeah, they're in the barn for years.
Yeah.
There it is. Awesome.
Yeah.
So okay, how about this? I'll plug the charity here one more time. We're doing the Berry Food Bank. I mean, I'm fortunate enough that I just ordered pizza tonight. You know, but I know there are a lot of people who aren't that fortunate, and they really rely upon that Berry Food Bank. So any donation will help. There's a minimum of $7 on the PayPal. The monies go directly to the food bank. We see absolutely nothing. Trust
Yeah,
me.
there's zero funds come through the Barry's Live Music Show and any of the performers. All the money goes directly to the charity. It's been a bit of a struggle the last couple of weeks to get to where we are now, but we're almost there. I think we're about $150 off. Dana's posting the link in
the chat
in
there.
the chat, and you can either click that or you can go to the top of Barry's Live Music Show and you can hit it there, or the Barry's Live Music Show administration page also has it as well.
Yeah. So I just was saying, like, some people are not quite as fortunate as others, so like they really do rely upon that, you know. And I think they can only go so often. So
And especially this year, they're really struggling to meet demands because only certain places in and around the area are able to accept physical donations of non-perishable food. So they're really relying on the cash donations that places like the Barry's Live Music Show is bringing in and other community fundraising efforts as well.
yeah, that's the one thing I really love about this is we don't play for tips or anything. These guys are in here just for the good of the love of the music and to give back, right? Like we're doing this to help if we can. So please, I mean, if you just supporting and liking and sharing this stuff out, that's support in itself, right? Like the more people this reaches, the more likely we are to get the funds up for the charities. Okay, so a couple more questions. You said you had one more song. I think you got more than one, but that's just me. Jennifer. Oh, hi, Jen. She's asking who was is there a specific inspiration you had once you started really opening up with the music?
I think a lot of people won't know who Zach Wilde is, but
Well, if they're not musicians.
yeah,
perhaps.
well, like your average
Jennifer,
person.
you might not know who Zach Wilde is.
He's
But
only the greatest
you know,
guitar
like
player
it
that ever lived.
changed. It changed, and it's still ever changing. You know, like I remember as a kid, Michael Jackson Greatest Hits was the first thing I ever bought, and you know it stemmed on to Bon Jovi from there, and then Garth Brooks,
A
and
little
then,
slippery when wet.
yeah, like everything, and then then Zach Wilde and Black Label Society, and then you know James Hetfield from Metallica to now looking at guys like Chris Stapleton and still you look back at Bob Seger's and Eddie Van Halen's and just anybody that wasn't afraid to be different and just walk their own path and not really worry about anything else. And that's what I always try to do with Kansas Stone or myself. Like I said, there's haters, there's people trying to push it this way, push it this. Block it all out. Just do what you want to do. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters.
Perfect. I love it. You said that you may play. Which one were you going to play?
I'm gonna play the new Kansas Stone one that's gonna come out.
Okay.
Because, like I said, Kansas Stone is alive and well. Like I get that all the time. They're like, "Oh, with your solo project, it's Kansas Stone." I said, "Me and Maddie just had breakfast yesterday morning. Like, things are good. It's just with quarantine, like
Sounds like Paul and John or something.
yeah.
What's going on?
Well, it's just we've had Kansas Stone now for 6 years, and we love it. It's our baby, and we're a team, and it's nice that he has his side rock band or whatever, like Bigfoot Hands, and he does that stuff, and then I'm able to do this stuff myself, and then when we meet together, that's what Kansas Stone is, a little bit of him, a little bit of me, and
Yeah, the collaboration.
yeah, and we're alive and well. I think we got 4 songs already recorded and ready to come out. A music video that will either have you laughing or blown away, because we definitely got dirty in that video. It's coming out in the start of November, and
There's a release date ready.
yeah, the
Okay.
12th is the song's coming out, and then the week after the video comes out, and the whole song's for mental health, suicide awareness,
Right on.
and because we've had I myself had a close family member, a young 14-year-old, take his life, and like mental health is something. I know it's Mental Health Awareness Month, like this month, and and we got the Mental Health Society on board with this song, and we're looking forward to putting it out. And if you could help one person, or just convince them to call, a children's help phone or anything, reach out to a friend, anything, that's then you kind of did your job a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make sure you put that out on Barry's Live Music Show when it.
Definitely will. Definitely will.
'Cause we'll definitely help you push that around.
Because as a musician, like anybody watching, if you're a musician, even if you're not, but this industry is very, very demanding, and it takes a toll on you. It's very easy to become depressed, or fall victim to habits, or anything in this industry. It's a very demanding industry, and it's very easy to become depressed, or
Yeah, for sure.
feel
Like,
alone,
stray
or feel
away of it.
so
Go into isolation or whatever, right?
yeah, so we wrote a song called Up, and it's just trying to get the message that, like, it can only go up. Like, we all have bad days sometimes, things seem down, but it's your way of thinking, and just try to, like, think positive, and things will turn around.
Right on, man.
So.
Okay, so the song's called Up?
Yes, the
Right
song's
on,
called
man.
Up.
Yeah, so we got Brian, Jorden, Harwood, and Jamie Taylor here with us tonight on Accordin to Jorden. And I just want to say this real quick before you play that. Jennifer, she actually is saying that you did her very first fundraiser for the Youth Haven.
Oh, definitely. I
Yeah.
remember that. Hey,
Yeah.
Jen, how's it going?
Right on, man.
Anything like in the community, and that's why I love what you guys are doing. Because I've always been that way. If anything's going on in the community, and you guys are talking about the food bank right now, we're working on a show in December for the food bank as well.
Right.
Anything you can do to help your hometown, your community, and whether it be bringing us all together like we're doing tonight with the show, or any charity of any sort. And Youth Haven, Jen, been working with them for years, and just helped kids grow up, without turning to the streets or drugs.
Try to plant seeds and
Yeah,
set them in the
and
right
little
direction,
positive things with music and everything else. So, I respect that, and you're doing a great job.
Right on. Nice shout out there, Jen. So, okay, we're going to do Up, and then we'll see what we got for time, and we'll go from there, boys.
All right. We haven't played this in a while. We'll try it. All right. It can only go up, up, up from here. I'm at my all-time low. Ain't much deeper I can go. Just when you think that you hit rock bottom, try to get up, but you just keep falling. I'm at my all-time low. You can only go up, up, up from here. Maybe it's just one of those days where nothing seems to be going my way. I could shrug it off, take a loss, and get through this. Tell myself that there ain't nothing to it. Maybe it's just one of those days. It can only go up, up, up from here. Fall that smoke right into the clear. I'm a song with a bullet. There's only one way I'm going, and that's up, up, up from here. Come on. Woo. It can only go up. Oh, yeah. We all fall on black days, but you gotta know they ain't here to stay. It can only go up, up, up from here. Follow that smoke right into the clear. I'm a song with a bullet. There's only one way I'm going, and that's up, up, up from here. Yeah, that's up, up, up from here.
Right on, boys. Thank you very much. That's amazing. Yeah, we just got a shout out here from Glenn. He says we have reached the mark and then some. We're over $1,000 for the berry food bank.
Awesome.
That's incredible.
Awesome.
Guys,
Thanks so much, Glenn.
That's
You guys are awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. Like you said, like throughout, we're just trying to keep the community together and expand that by bringing others into this thing, right? We're all in it together.
Yeah, man.
We really are, and I love what's happening here, and I just can't thank all the musicians enough for coming on the show.
Hey,
Right?
you and your brother, man. Thank you guys for reaching out, and thank you guys for doing this. It's great to be here, and anytime you guys need.
Yeah. Okay.
we're
Well,
over
that's
here.
it. Like, we want to have repeat offenders on here for sure.
Yeah, I'll bring Marty by, and Kansas Stone will do the thing. So,
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Right? We'll get Dawn in here too, right?
Yeah.
Get
There you go,
the
yeah.
old,
Thanks so much, guys, for
old
coming out
school
tonight.
one. Right
Thank
on.
you.
Okay, guys. Thanks a lot. We got
Next
Brian,
to
John Harwood. We got Jamie Taylor. Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody, and be sure to share this out with your friends. We'll keep this thing syndicating.
Sweet. Awesome.
Next, according to Jorden, is November 4th, Steve Taunton.